Hi everyone, welcome to just another episode of Amiga Raytracing course. This is episode number 11, and we're going to be focusing on the wormhole effect itself. So we're going to make our own wormholes. Before I continue, I would like to point out some differences between two key tools we're going to be using. Just let me see here. Great. So I showed you how to use the vortex tool in modify in the modify tab. Okay, so there is also another tool that is even better for our work. I just had forgotten about it, sorry. So that is called twist. So we are going to be looking at their differences first, and then we're gonna go on and create our own wormholes. So first of all, we need some example objects. So let's make some cylinders, and there, and let them have some more, say, on the numeric on our numeric requester, just make it so that it has sides and segments enough so that it will be visible. You know, the transformation we're going to be doing, that it will be visible and quite apparent. So let me see here. Yeah, let me take away, click on the undo, take away the triangles and do it quads instead. There. So sorry that I did that. So if I press center, I have this little guy here. Okay, and we are going to be copying it with C, choosing another layer with layer 2 here, and V with paste. So I have layer 1 and layer 2. They have the same mesh, but you know, there's two instances of the same mesh. So let's see first our twist. What twist does? So twist is quite simple. You don't have to define an area first for executing this. So it's quite straightforward. So when you have your mouse pointer, it will take that as a point of origin for the deformation, and then you activate the tool itself by right mouse button. So if I am here at you can see my coordinates here. If I am at 0.0, you know, x0, z0, and if my object is also centered, so I can be sure that the deformation will be uniform. So if I'm here, right mouse button, and I'm twisting it nice and neatly, say I'm watching at the angles on my information field on the bottom left side. So let's do a 360 curve. So here's what the twist does. So see, so this is even better than the vortex for our needs, for the jump gate needs, and for the wormhole that we are going to be doing today. The second tool, okay, this is on the first layer I do the twist, and on my second layer I'm going to be doing the vortex. Now the vortex is quite controversial. Actually, it is a multi-dimensional tool, in that it has it is not does not create a uniform deformation in our mesh. So now I'm going to show you, for example, let's define first. Let's define an area, center it in 0, 0, 0, yes, there. And then with right mouse button, I can activate it. And you can see what it does, actually. So there. So it's as if I have a tube. Let me see if you guys see. It's as if I have a tube, say, you know, a pen, and I clamp it with two clamps like this, and then on the center I take a wrench and push it, you know, and do just a local vortex deformation, right, like this. It is not. It doesn't have a uniform deformation along its along the length of the mesh. But there is an area which I was using in previous episodes that is quite uniform when you are actually being careful. So this is the area I'm talking about. So it's like in the beginning and in the end you have the object that has the most, the area that has the most effect. But if there is an area here in the middle of the, let's say from the zenith to the nadir of the effect, that stays that is quite uniform. So if you wish to use the vortex for uniform deformation, you have to point. Okay. Let's say I have this area here. Okay. So there and there. Say there. There. So if you want to have a uniform deformation throughout the entire mesh, you have to point. You should use the twist tool, of course, but if you want to go for it, you can point towards this area here, between the center and the edges of the tool. So let's say I want to do that here. So that is the point I'm going to be resting my tool for doing a somewhat uniform deformation. So let's see if that stands. So let's do like 360. 360. There. Up one more. Come on. There. So see, it can be perceived as uniform. So yeah, see. So this is the vortex tool in its let's say the fine in its median position. Okay. So yeah, let me see. Do you have any questions so far? Let me check also that the chat is functioning. Hello all. Any questions? Testing as well. Great, it works actually. You can see it. Okay, and any questions? Let's see. Is anyone here? No one's here. Great. So there are no questions. So we'll go on. Guess everyone is at the beach. Good for you guys. So let's continue and make our wormhole with that covered. Okay, let's see now. So first we can start with a cylinder as before, and we can do it free form, or we can do it more for a more elegant and more predicted outcome, we can use the numeric requester by pressing N, November. We use the 16 sides and 64 segments this time. Our bottom is going to be minus 60 kilometers. It's a wormhole, you know, it's not a toy. And our top is going to be 0 kilometers, 0 meters, actually, yes. Center is going to be 0, 0, 0. And our radius is going to be 500. This doesn't have any effect, 500. And then I will be choosing the y-axis. Okay, so pressing that. Hold on, did I make a mistake? Bottom minus 60, top 0, great, enter. And this is my, oh, hold on, there should be some more, hold on, let's see here. Oh, yeah, this is wrong. Numeric tool again, disk, numeric. This should be 500 meters, not 500 millimeters. So this is like 500 by 500 meters diameter of our wormhole, of our base cylinder object. So this is more like it, yes. Okay. So this is more like what I want. Let's see if I did it correctly. Let's see once again, 16, 64, minus 60, yes. That can be, oh no, yes. Again, let's do it minus 20. I'm aiming here for, see, I'm aiming for both segments and segments and sides to be on the to be quite like quads. Okay, I don't want it to be like too elongated on the one side and you know, or too thin for on the other. So what I'm aiming is for almost to be like rectangles. 20 kilometers is fine, I promise. Okay, let's go on. Now we will be surfacing it. Let's put a surface to be defined. So let's see, wormhole, apply, and we will also be making some polygon flipping. Let's see here. I want these two edges gone. So this is clearly a polygon with many points. So I go to the polygon statistics with W, and I'm looking for more than 4 point vertices. Polygons with more than 4 vertices. These two here. So these two delete, and I'm deleting them. So there are no polygons anymore here, and I'm flipping them. I want to flip them with F. I want them to look like that. Okay. So once I've done that, I am saving them as webcast images objects, and let's say wormhole, and let's see, I've already done some examples here, but I'm going to be my wormhole. That's going to be, and I wanted to name it stage 1 because we're going to reprocess that. Stage 1, okay. And now this is our base object. This is our the object that is going to be transformed into our wormhole form. Okay. So let's resave that for safety. And my wormhole stage 2 is going to be also, so there. Okay, and now we're going to be modifying this for its final form. Yes, now we're going to use modify and twist. Okay, so going to the center, I'm aiming for, let's say 360. Let's go for 360. One whole circle, 360. Wait. There. Okay, so you see you see the effect that this has made. See, yeah. Okay. We can also do a numeric form. You know, see, y-axis, range, automatic, sense plus. We don't touch these guys here, and here you have zeros, well, minus 360, and the center will be it will be stayed at 0. Okay, and this is the effect that this gives us. Now we are going to be saying that as stage 2. Okay, stage 2 again. My wormhole stage 2. Overwrite. Yes. Okay, now we're going to be loading both objects on layout with on a clear scene, objects, load object, and where were I? Webcasts, objects, my wormhole stage 1, load object, again my wormhole stage 2. So again, my wormhole stage 2 is dissolved at 100%. My wormhole stage 1 is having a metamorph target on stage 2, and I'm going to be having it on 100% all the times. So let's see what we've done here. There. So yes, we have the transformed effect, the transformed object, sorry. Okay. Anyway, we'd make a small keyframe for doing that. Let's see now. Framing correctly. Yes. Now we're going to be going back in modeler. We are let's clear all data for safety and import our stage 2 again. Okay, this is our stage 2. G for aiming on where my mouse is pointing there, and zooming in with the period key. Okay, and now we're going to be choosing modify pole to tool, assigning, making a very nice area here. We want the center to be slightly offset the top of the effect. Okay. So by having chosen that, I am aiming for 0, 0. My coordinates will be 0, 0 here, and by holding my right mouse button, I am aiming for 8 by 8 times. So I can do 8. Hold on, 1. Approximately, you don't have to be there. 8 by 8. So this is the funnel that's starting to form. Okay, so now I'm taking my tool even higher there. Okay, so let's say halfway from the beginning to the end of the opening, and changing my mouse to the top viewport, and 0, 0, and holding right mouse button, going to 8, 8 again. there, 8 approximately. You don't have to be too 7, 8 there, 8.6. There. Oh, wait, there's something wrong. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's why 0. I want to define a rectangular area here. So 15, let's say 15. There. Pointing it on my 0. 0.0 there, come on. Or I can, if I don't want to be torturing myself and you know, my on my mouse accuracy, I can press N and inputting my the values I want. Anyway, zooming in for doing it by hand. Just zooming out of it, and then 8 by 8. Now this is going to be there. There, hold on, yes. So this is our lovely wormhole. So this is my stage 2 object. So I have to be very careful about what I'm going to be doing with that. Since I've imported it from Lightwave, this is on RAM right now, it hasn't been saved. I'm exporting it again as stage 2, seeing its effect on layout, which is quite correct, I may say. So there, yes, see our lovely little wormhole, Anyway, now I'm going to be saving all objects. Okay, and so the next stage is not naturally what I am going to be defining as the surface. Any questions here? Is there anybody listening? Let's see. No, I'm alone. Great. So let's go here. Let's go to surfaces tab. Okay, let me see if I've correct. Yes. So let's see here what we have. My base color is going to be black, 000. Okay, wormhole 000. I will be having it as luminous object. It won't be needing any other a light source from around. It's going to be having light of its own, emitting light on its own. Diffuse is going to be on 0. Or I may be, playing around with it if I wanted to be accepting other light sources. We can look at it later. And then we go into our surface color texturing. So here I'm going to be choosing on the drop-down menu Fractal Noise. Okay. And the texture color has to be something else than black, otherwise nothing's going to be visible. And I choose, let's say, 200 to 55, which is going to be a bluish, nice bluish color here. Its size is going to be 100 on the X, 1000 meters on the Y, and then 100 on the X. And it's going to be having a vertical velocity of minus, let's say, 20. What did I yeah, let's see that. Minus 20. Now I can increase the frequencies for a more detailed texture and see what I have achieved so far. Oh, nice. See? Just let me put the camera by moving it. I'm moving it on the Y-axis by pressing the right mouse button, and now moving it on the X and Y, X and Z axis by the left mouse button, rotating again, there. Let's see again. Wow, very nice. Okay, let's save all objects right now. This is important, and save our scene as well. So it scenes my wormhole there. And now this is the most, like, let's say, artistic part, because we are going to be creating, as before, our transparency map by hand, which means that we're going to be using actually not our hand, but the painting package. So I'm using Brilliance. So in true Brilliance, I want to have, since my funnel is very vertical, I want to have a vertical image map, so that it will define the transparent areas, and then solidity, and then fading out on the bottom into transparency again. Okay, so I want to be having, say, black as the beginning, and then at 5 to 10% is going to be coming into gray. 20-25% is going to be going to white, and then becoming from white there. We'll be having a gradual fade out. Okay, hold on, I have a great. So let's see what we can do. First, we can define a range. We can clear that. Before we do that, I may want to have a higher palette resolution from white to black. So I may have to, I may want to start from white and say, okay, I want this color here to be black. So let's do this, yeah, here, say black. So I do that, I define that as black, and then spreading towards white. So I have a multitude of steps, so that my range is going to be more defined and more detailed, without stepping over the color, to be visible, which is translated into transparency steps. We want it to be a gradient, So I will be defining the range carefully, going through each color of the, wait, no, did that. There, I am using this scroll bar to go even further. Brilliance is very powerful in that it allows us to have a very broad position and scale here. There, going on. Let's see which color. Yes, that's correct. And black. So this is going to be very smooth. It's going to be having a very smooth transparency. By the way, one question that has been asked in earlier episode How to access the secondary menus. You can do that in Brilliant by floating over with the mouse and clicking on the right mouse button. So then you have these secondary sub-menus. Okay. We are going to be doing that here, for example, right mouse button. So now we get all these choices here for ranging, for smoothing, for many stuff. Now we're going to be using this little the field polygon, the field rectangle painting option, and we want to be choosing linear here. So we are going to be doing the linear gradient fill mode. Okay, we can make all these menus disappear by pressing the space and bringing it up again. Okay, so we want to be going, let's say, do that here. Yes, so undo. So we want to be having a vertical orientation now. Just let me. Are there anyone here? No, no one here. Go good. I'm going on. Well, not good, but anyway. So I'm leaving some pixels as being black. Then hold on. Why can't I see what I'm doing? Maybe that's because yes. So it is also vital that I choose. I have another color, a color other than black chosen, so that I can see the area that I'm defining here. Okay. So let's see. I'm beginning with this one, aiming for a totally upright mode. No, this is wrong because I want the white to looking downwards. So I'll be doing that again, upwards and aiming for yes, right at 0 degrees. There. Then I am going for a solid color, which will be white, and I am doing that here. Yeah, over there. And continuing with reactivating the mode, hiding my menu here, and then there. There. Now I want to point that upwards. Actually, the angle is what is important here, okay? So the angle should be no, wait. The angle should be 180. Let's see if it's right. If it is correct. Yeah, and it is correct. So this is my transparency map for the wormhole. Okay. So I'll press space. One point here. I want to save that as a brush. I don't need these the rest of the blackness in the image. So I'm gonna be choosing to save that. Again, right mouse button for accessing the hidden menus and choosing the my brush. Another thing is here is I want to be having, say, another color, a color other than the ones that participate in this range here. So I want my background color to be something else. So I'll go to the color here, say this red, and press right mouse button so that this rectangle here will be red, will be something else, something other than all these colors I have chosen here. I have selected and used for my range. Okay, so again, oh sorry, pressing that, and there, I can cut it there. That should do it. And then save. save as 24-bit RGB, 3D webcast episode 11 images, my wormhole transmap. My wormhole transmap. Okay, save and quit. And let's see now what we have done here. Let's load our image. Webcast images, my wormhole there. And this is exactly what we wanted. Back on to surfaces, transparency, let's say it's at 100. I use a planar image map. This is my image. I want my height repeat to be disabled, automatic sizing, and then x-axis. I think yes, x-axis. Anything else? No, nothing. Let's see what we've done. Something's wrong. Yeah, that is what is wrong. We want the negative image of it. Yes. Not exactly what we wanted, but we'll see. So in order to fix that, we want our primary object to be on its primary form, because that is what it's taking. You know, this is inside the morph texturing principles. It is morph texturing, of course, yes. So let's do a keyframe at frame 1 and see what's going on here. Okay, I may want to disabling my fractal noise, my fractal noise color map, just to see what's going on here. So this is white. Okay, let's do it a green. This is green, great. And now my image map is going to be, let's say, so nothing's going on here. Negative. Something's going on here. So I want to find out what is going on. Maybe this something. So that was it. Let me. Yes. So I have my funnel here. Let's see if can you see me? Yeah. So let me see if I can turn on some lights. Be right back. There. So now that the lights are on, we can go on. So let's see if we can understand that. What I used to tell that, to tell Lightwave to do was like, I have my transparency map, okay, and I have my wormhole. What I was telling it here was like, okay, you have the object, and then take the bitmap and map transparency according to the x-axis. So it was doing this, which was not what I wanted. What I wanted is to take either the x or z axis to define the transparency on its y-axis essentially. So either this or this will work, but not this. So let's see, this works. Yes, I can show, and this works as well. Okay, so we made that. Automatic sizing again, let's see. Yes, and then I'm doing a negative image. That is what I want. I want my edges to not be visible. Okay. So we go on and correct these things here. 0, 0, 0, and activate my my layer again, and then go back to the transparency to the metamorph amount and put it on 100 again. So now I'm going to be having a very nice wormhole effect. Okay, so again 0, frame 0, and now now I have this very nice wormhole effect. This is not done. It's not done yet. There are some details that do not look good on the renderer. Some degenerated polygons, but we're going to be taking care of them soon. One other thing on the surfaces is that we can turn on the edge transparency for a more prominent effect. See, now it's more cloudy, you know, it's more it's having a more let's say ghostly substance. So, and we can regulate that by playing with values from 0 to 1 right here. So if you put a 0 value here, it is exactly as if you had chosen the normal button here. So transparency, I usually put that for such effects on 0.5. So now we can see, yeah, okay. There are some things to fix here. This is can be fixed with a smoothing the object. Okay, this is more smoothly, and we can also enhance, like optimize our geometry. Right? I'll show you in a second how to do that. First, we want to save all objects so that no surface information will be lost. Let's see now. We close this. Back in modeler and clear all objects. Very important, clear all objects. Load or import my wormhole stage 2. No, let's do layer 1, import my wormhole stage 1, and layer 2, import the stage 2. Okay, so now we have stage 1 and stage 2. What we are going to be doing now is we are going to be subdividing, as you see here, these rectangles. You know, the whole geometry is going to be subdivided into smaller and more detailed geometry. I want my end object to have triangles, so I will be switching modes with by going into options and choosing triangles as base polygons, and then what we're going to be doing is going to be pressing Shift D and smoothing out our geometry. So what we want to achieve that is we want to duplicate this step to both my instances, both the base and the metamorphed object. So we are going to be doing that first, layer 1, Shift D, or if you want, this tool is under polygon and subdiv here, subdivide, or with Shift D. Okay, it's shortcut Shift D. We choose smooth. We leave the default value at 89.5. No fractal. We don't want any fractalization. And we are done here for the first layer. And layer number 2, Shift D again, same again. So now that we're done with this, we export again, objects, export into, this is going to stage 1. Again, important that we want mix these two. So stage 1 goes to stage 1, and layer 2 export to stage 2. There. And now we return to layer to see what we've done. So you see now that we have more detail. Our mesh is more is subdivided into smaller polygons. And as we've done that, we save all objects at once, and we re-render to see what we've achieved. So if you zoom in now, you're going to be having a very, very nice detailed funneling effect. Okay, let me go in and see what's going on here. Wow, nice. So, great. And one. Great. We can add some more layers into our texture. For example, hold on a bit, yes. What we can also do is add, say, just let me see here what's going on. More transparency. Yeah. Okay. This has no effect since I have a texture here. What I can do now, I can add more layers on in the color of my object. Let's say now I have a blue. Let's add some greenish noise. Let's see, I have -20. Let's say my next texture is going to be having -25, and the color is going to be, say, greenish, and bluish, say here, something like this. Let's see what I have done. Yeah, this is too small, and I'll do like 100, 1,000, 100, or maybe I do a 99, 90, 990. No, sorry, wrong. There. I can play with the opacity again and add another one, perhaps. Fractal noise again. Texture size, let's do it 1200, 120, and have a reddish color there. Just there. It's there. Something like this, you know. You can be creative. Let's do more frequencies to show more. Just, yeah, this has it. Let's say 50, and this will be even faster, -30 meters per second, per frame, sorry. So let's see what we've done. Oh, let's put it up there. There is some more mystery happening. I just want to see something with edge transparency. Yeah. So this is what edge transparency. It makes it subtle. It makes these changes subtler here. Okay. Normal, yes. And so this is highly dependable on the camera's angle of, let's say, attack. You know, like of the camera and its angle towards the geometry. So if I say move the camera towards a bit here and then aim like this, I may have a clearer, more nice. Okay, so we can back up a bit. Back up a bit, there, there, hold on, there, there, there. I like that. Nice. Nice, cool funneling effect. So this is a wormhole. It should be in space. So there are no stars. Now we can set up our, you know, we go on putting elements on our scene and setting it up, you know, with the backgrounds and stuff. So let's add some stars now. Okay, modeler. I am clearing out everything, all data, and go to tools. You may be having or may not be having a plugin that has to do about that creates random points. So if you don't have it, just search on your plugins modeler subdirectory and add everything. Add everything you had with having nothing loaded on your modeler. Do a custom, add plugin, and start adding plugins. Okay. You would normally have that, be having that inside your directory. Tools, custom, then you have some very cool plugins here. One of them is random points. Okay, so this creates random points in either square or sphere form. So let's create 5,000 sphere points constant. Okay, spread will be constant, or let's say fall off, and make a you know, create. I may have zoomed too much outside, so I press A, and this is what I've achieved. This won't look quite good yet, so I redo by having sphere and constant, not fall off. So 5,000 again. Yeah, I have this thing here, and now I'm going to be doing a spherize. What I want to do is I want a sphere full of stars, but only on its area, on its outer area. I don't want anything to be visible inside the volume of the sphere itself. So I want all the stars to be, you know, glued on the edge of the known universe, if I may say so. So tools, custom, and you have some demo spherize. You may be having that as well. And this does this very, very neat effect. You know, it takes all the points and glues them on the sphere, on the outer sphere, you know. Now we are going also to be doing to be applying another plugin that's called points to polys, because all these points are not polygons. You know, now they are one point polygons, all of them. And now I'm going to be surfacing them by pressing Q and my stars there, apply. Now the last thing I want to fix is the scale of this thing. So right now, this star sphere is like 2 meters long. It's like a joke, you know. Anyway, so I'm going to be pressing Shift H for size or modify size, and then opening my numeric requester and pressing a value of around a billion, I think. Let me see. No, 100 million times. So 100 million times the size of this thing. Press A again, and now I can remeasure that into the, you know, it's the diameter is like 200 megameters. I mean, wow. Anyway, great. I am saving that. Oh, well, my stars. Okay, and opening it in Lightwave. Load object, my stars, and now they are very neatly placed on the background. Let's see them. Which is quite all right. They need some texturing as well, so I can go to my stars here and say, okay, I want them to be luminous. I don't want them to be, you know, they are suns essentially, so, you know, they won't be affected by our near sun, which is our lighting. So luminosity 100%, diffuse level 0%. My surface color will be white. They are going to be white, but they need some variation. So I'm going to T, and believe it or not, fractal noise works just as well here. So we may want to be having a bigger, to be like a bigger scale. So 1,000 meters, 1,000 meters. And the texture color is going to be black. So let's see what we did. Already from previous, it seems that it worked. Yeah, see? Very nice. So I can actually raise the contrast as well, so that I will be having more a more evident variation of my, yeah, cool. How cool is that? So, and this is animated as well, so we can I can show you how it will look in an animation. Let's put low resolution and see 1 to 30 automatic. Yes, I want to be. So as you may see, it moves. And we can apply stuff. We can go like zoom in a bit. Oh, wait, where is that? We can zoom in. Let's lower the grid right now. Oh yeah, one other thing. You may have noticed now when I tried to move the camera, you know, it moved too abruptly. You know, it wasn't neat at all. There's nothing wrong with your mouse. The thing is that the grid has raised quite a bit. So we use the brackets to the left bracket to lower it, so that every motion we are doing with our object is going to be smoother than before. So it may also happen that you may have it too little for the scale you're working on, you know. So let's say I'm trying to be moving 5 meters at a 5 meter increments on a planetary scale, you know. It will look like that, you know. So we're striving, you know. So that's why we have the grid. We can raise that and start to, you know, doing more and more either detailed movements or more you know, spread and faster. So let's do something neat here now. there, there, and put them in dramatic. Angle here, and the zoom factor, let's say, will be like this. There. Yeah, and this sucker is ready to suck entire planets, you know. Anything else? You may also want to apply, let's say we have our transparency map here, but you may want to you may want to add, as I've done in a previous example. I added my first layer was a fractal noise. Okay, so I added the fractal noise that had the same values as the first color fractal noise here. So let's say 5 frequencies, 1 contrast, and 100, 1000, 100. So let's do that. 100, 1000, 100. Texture value should be, say, 0. Frequencies are to be 5, or I don't remember. Yeah, they were 5. Transparency 100. So texture value 0, and we will be with velocity. Velocity should be -20. And see what this does. So I have the fractal noise now is controlling our transparency map, and on top of that, we add a new texture, and it is here that we're going to be putting this the transparency map I did again. Texture size, all good. Yeah, either this or this, and let's see what we did. Yeah, I forgot to do a negative image. So now I have a more evident, I can control via the fractal noise a more evident funnel here. Okay. So yeah, so that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to save all objects and save your scene. Okay. As a tip, you can also try to add some lights on the funnel. Let me show you quickly. So let's say I'll be using the only light in the scene to light my funnel a bit. So I go to lights here, see the light, and parent it to my wormhole. Okay, there. And yeah, I can see it's on the center here. Great. And lower it a bit on the y-axis. There. 0, not 1. And I can allow my wormhole to accept just a bit of light here. Let's say 20%. Okay, and see what happens. It's more more luminous here. So, and I can go on playing, put some lens flares. Let's say that won't be visible as a lens flare. Let's put it here, 71% as a dissolve, and see if there. There, just a bit. And I can go on and on. Great. Any questions? Is there anyone here? Let's see. Twisted. Well, are you still there? Well, let's see who's here. You're still there. Thank you. Thank you. You're my guest of honor for today. You know, no one showed up. Yeah, go on and experiment, you know, when you have the time. Are there any questions now? Do you have any, you know, are you wondering on anything? Thank you. Thank you so much. You have me blushing here, you know? Come on. Stop saying that. Anyway, thank you so much. See you next week, eventually. And keep on ray tracing. What else can I say, you know? Great, great. Thanks again, and see you guys soon. See you next week. Now, let's see what we have here. Yes. And the outro is on. No, wait. What did I do?